I love finding new drafts, and this one should end up being circles. However, because I'm not using the recommended weight of warp or weft or anything like that, I have to rework everything. And also I don't have as many colours. So I start off by deciding what type of wool I'm going to use. I'm using double knit Kent Romney sheaf. It's a turn to Kite style. I resource where I got the draft from, and then I have to do a lot of work. What width do I want? How many ends per inch? Therefore, how many things? I'm using less than half what they use for their ends, for their warps. Then I do the repeats and work it all out. Then I've got lots of other bits of calculations around the edges, which just looks total madness to anybody else. And when I've done all that, I work out my colour count, which is on here, and how many times. So I'm going to do 2.5 times of everything. Well, that gets complicated as well. So and the colour warp blocks are 13, but there are 26 ends in each, and it's actually 52. I'm not quite sure where I was going with that, but it should work out, I hope. I know I've got enough ends because I counted the number of ends. And then you do your ends per inch. And then I had to work out, because I have to move heddles around, how many I've got on each side. Then I went back to the pattern and worked out how many heddles for the pattern. I knew that there'd be 52 in total for one pattern. You work that out. This is me working out my colour sequence for the warp. And then I've worked out the number of heddles I need for each. It looks complicated, but if you work through it logically, it is literally adding up and taking away. A little bit of multiplication, but most of it is just adding up. So it's not as hard as you might think.